it's sexist that they have such large opinions on the fact that makeup is deceptive.
It's sexist for men to have large opinions on makeup.
Why? How is it sexist?
Don't you have a rather large opinion on a man's height?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's literally the same exact thing.
Oh no, I think this is like a debate that's been going on for like a really long time. And I think that the fact that men just won't let women be and like do what makes them happy, and that they get so pissed off that a woman doesn't look like how she actually looks. First of all, I think that is superficial. And I'm not saying that it's bad because I'm also superficial, but
like having a preference about a man's height, they can't control that. But men having a preference about how much makeup you wear, you can control that.
Let's talk about the double standard everyone pretends not to see. When women rack up bodies, chaos, and impulsive decisions, it's called self-expression. When men notice patterns, suddenly it's misogyny. Same scoreboard, only one side isn't allowed to read it.
What is something you wish women would stop saying or pretending to like? I'm sorry for my fellow friends, I guess, that watch this. That I could never do work, but you're actively still being a you are for them half-eaten appetizers. You're manager for that promotion.
A woman's past is none of your business. A man's future? Expected to be fully transparent, financially stable, emotionally available, and ready to commit immediately. Her past is off limits, but his future is public property.
As a whole, we're not allowed to have feelings. But at the end of the day, we're a woman, and we will have them. Yeah, you get the point. We can fucking have feelings. The fuck? Bye.
Then I would be like, yeah, can you just sign this prenup because like I don't want to like lose all my money. But then like if a guy asked me to sign a prenup, I would be like, I would call off the wedding. Like I would literally call off the wedding.
You would have called off the wedding if I asked you to sign a prenup?
Yeah, like I'm not even joking.
Isn't that crazy?
Women are told to live freely, explore, and have fun. Men are told to accept the consequences, ignore the baggage, and pay full price at the end of the ride. Freedom for her, liability for him.
Of course. Whenever a woman wants to explore her options, you're called a 304, a hoe, whatever it is that you want to call us. But then men can do whatever they want, date multiple women, jump from one woman to another, but they're never called names. What type of double standard is that? Let women be and do whatever.
If a man sleeps around, he's immature, reckless, and told to grow up. If a woman does it, men are told it's empowering and not to judge. Same behavior, different moral pricing.
I hate that this conversation is going viral, but let's go with it. Women would actually be pissed if it was 35 when they got divorced by a guy, because women actually would love it to be 24 or 26, and then they take half. But when women fail to lose a guy in 10 days, they get all upset that the guy's not leaving because the guy has principles, so they do the divorcing. Because if a woman has more than 10 sexual partners, she's actually psychologically incapable of pair bonding. And that's why 70 to 80% of marriages are divorced, because the woman decides to leave. And let's be real, because guys don't leave relationships, if you get dumped, you so had it coming. If you're a host, say something stupid in the comments.
Then comes the rebrand phase. After years of bad decisions, chaos, and short-term thrills, suddenly it's, I'm ready to settle down. Translation, now she wants stability from the men she ignored earlier. Party hard, then demand a provider.
I'm going to tell you guys something, and I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. Come close. Men love hoes. They love them. They love hoes. Yes. And I'm a former stripper. I would know. I've worked at the top of the top strip clubs in the entire world, okay? Men love hoes. Let me say this. When we get into the hoe game, you know, back in the day, we would think about like, we would think about the girls that were bossed up. They wasn't hoes, but they was talking like hoes do. So we had the Lil' Kims, the Foxy Browns, and the Trinas. And so I think that all the other generations start listening to their music and like, you know, maybe they didn't get it for real, but then they got a little something. So then we had Superhead, Cat Stacks. Now we have Selena Powell. You know what I mean? And you cannot be mad at the game. Here's the thing, right? The only way to win the game is to not play the game. When I was a dancer, I sat down with some of the most infamous pimps. Pimps that you and I probably know, you know what I mean? And I never had a pimp, but I did respect the game. And I did learn a lot from, you know, a lot of the pimps. I sat down with one in particular. I won't say his name, but I'm pretty sure if you know, you know. And he was like, you know, my number one getter, she don't have to use this because she uses this. You feel me? And it's and when I heard that out of his mouth, like that lets you know, like not all pimps, I don't want to say they're smart, but not all of them are dumb. But they know a woman's worth that don't even know her worth. When a man even knows that you can use this and you don't gotta use that, that's letting you know, like, I know your worth, but you don't know your worth, so I'm gonna take advantage of you. You feel me? Can't hate the game. But let me tell you something, you know, the thing, you know, girls don't understand. Well, why do men love hoes? These whores. The hoes are exciting. You feel me? And yeah, they're there for a good time, not a long time. The ones that are there for a long time, hey, some break the ice. You feel me? But it's the excitement, it's the fantasy, it's the I could pay you and you can leave. You feel me? You're not gonna cause me a headache because you're just here on my arm. You just here for, you know, whatever services you're rendering, and then you go. You know what I mean? And not to say that, like, you know, we're not living in a society where, you know, like back in the day, the men shunned the hoes, or the hoes were shunned from society. They were like the black sheep. No, these hoes are glorified hoes. You feel me? And we had the video vixen hoes, you know, from back in the day. And now the hoe game is just, you know what I mean? And
if a man hesitates, asks questions, or sets boundaries, he's insecure, controlling, or afraid of a strong woman. No, he's just not signing a contract without reading the fine print. Discernment becomes insecurity when it doesn't benefit her.
I am saying it because I have seen it with my own eyes. You know what I mean? But then you have the smart hoes, the ones that was in Magic City and all these other clubs, and they was shaking ass, and now they done bought houses, and the money that they made from the 2000s, from when Big Meech was doing his thing, they still have, you know, investments to show till today from that money. You feel me? So it's all different kind. The whole game is so far and so wide. It's like the autism spectrum. It's far and wide, you know? And the excitement that the men get, because, you know, you have to think when as a woman that is a you know, we'll call them nightly women, they have to put on their best game, their best perfume. They have to, you know, they got to look good all the time, because what are they selling? Themselves, right? They are the product. They are the brand. And so why I say this is because when it comes to the average woman, you know, you cannot be mad at the hoes for getting all the good men's and getting all the, you know, the upper echelon men. They're putting in that time and that work within themselves. You get me? And not that they can keep a man, but some hoes can. Some hoes gonna suck it like a Hoover vacuum. You feel me? But what I'm saying is this: you don't have to be a hoe to keep yourself together. Keep yourself together. Keep your nails done. Keep your hair done. Even if you don't have the money to get your nails done, and you don't have the money to do these things, you better think like a hoe would think. And I am not going to waste my time if it is not worth any money. If the time I'm spending is not going to, you know, help me to make more money or get me a better life in some kind of way, then why would I invest my time? And that goes with men, women, anything. Whatever you do, it has to be worth your time, because time you can't get back. Time is a precious commodity. You will never get it back. Money you can always make, but your time, that is your time. When this day is done, we're into tomorrow. I can't come back today, right here at this moment. You know what I mean? And so, you know, the whole game teaches you. You see the hoes that did it wrong, they're bust up, washed up, they still in the club. You 40 years old, still in the club. You're washed. You're through. And I don't care what you sit there and say to me. You cannot make that shit look good. You cannot tell me that your life is amazing and you're 40 years old still shaking ass in the club. You're doing the same shit you were doing in your 20s and your 40s. You came a long way, but you went the wrong way, baby girl. You know what I mean? And so, anyway, the thing is, you don't want to be a renegade. You know what I mean? In the whole game, they call it a F renegade hoe. You know, I'm not gonna say the whole word because it's a little offensive. Okay, I'm back. But you want to do things the right way. You know, whatever, lifestyle you decide to choose. The thing is that, you had a lot back in the day. You had a lot of regular girls. Oh, well, that girl did this and she was a trend dancer and I'm just doing it like this. No. You cannot be mad at her for the way that she got what she got. You don't have to take that same route, but you can learn something from everybody. You can learn from a crackhead in the streets. Oh, this is something I never want to do. Well, what got you into doing crack? Well, what started you? You have to, if you go in with judgment, you will always leave ignorant. But if you go in trying to understand, optimistic, to learn about who people are, you will always leave educated. You will always learn. Life is a learning game. And so I think everybody could take lessons from everyone. The hoes can take lessons from the classy girls that didn't have to. Maybe they had a longer route to go, but they did that shit with dignity. You get what I mean? Like, they did that shit and they didn't have to do nothing nasty or anything degrading to get where they had to get. So everybody can learn from everybody. That's the whole point. But the point is this. You can't even hate on the hoes. Because, shit, they doing what they doing. They getting all the dudes. Is that a lifestyle that I would ever want? Hell no. That's tiring as fuck. You think I want to get up every day, do my makeup and do my hair and do this and do that to look good for a man, to get money from a man? And then the whole game, to me, these days, is not even worth it. Like, back in the day when I was coming up, girls was getting... We had this one guy, he was a rug dealer, and he was in a certain mafia, I would say, a certain thing. Love him down. This man would come in with boatloads of money. And I'm talking about the girls, he was buying Chanel's for them. Like, if I sneezed, like you breathe air, he was buying Chanel's. Swear to God. Birkins, Chanel's, the whole nine, Rolexes, all that. Houses, paying for college, whatever. It was nothing to him. You get what I mean? And, were they sleeping with him? I'm pretty sure they were. But the point is this. Girls were getting a lot more back in the day than these women now. Like, Chanel is nothing. The fucking purses is nothing. You know what I mean? Louboutins and this, cars and shit, that's nothing. You get what I mean? That's little shit. You know what I mean? When you start really stepping your cookies up in the whole game, you getting houses, you're getting, all kinds of shit. You're getting black cards, your whole college tuition is paid for. You start getting real lucrative things that you can use years from now. See, that little shit now, that's nothing. You get what I mean? So when I come across females and they think that like purses and bags and jewelry is something, I'm like, oh yeah. You've got a very minuscule mindset, because that's nothing. Like, it ain't, what, don't you remember the song? It ain't tricking if you got it, tricking if you got it, tricking if you got it, what you asking for, tricking if you got it. And then some dudes that are really, really wealthy, they'll be like, that's all you want? And they laugh. In their head, they're laughing because they're like, damn, the last bitch asked me for a plane. You want a Birkin? Huh. You know what I mean? Step your cookies up. Mwah.
Men are expected to accept everything without preferences. But women openly reject men over height, income, status, or lifestyle, and that's called standards. Standards are only toxic when men have them.
What's happening with women right now is other women, the world and other women are destroying each other. Y'all literally destroying each other. Y'all not real mothers no more. You're selfish. All you think about is what you want and how you look. Women used to have value. And when women walk in that value, men have to bow to that shit. We ain't got nothing to bow to. With prostitutes and body counts and bullshit. You feel me?
Dating apps made it worse. Many women cycle attention, validation, and hookups, then act shocked when men stop taking them seriously. You can't auction exclusivity after giving away unlimited free samples.
Listen, it's a lot of double standard out here in the world. And on both sides, on men and women's side, I get tired of men, complaining about women double standard, and I get tired about women complaining about men double standard. And one of them I want to talk about is men can't be hoes. Let's just call it for what it is, ladies. Men cannot be hoes. We could be hoe makers, but we can't be hoes. That's y'all. Y'all are the hoes. When y'all step outside of that woman code, you become hoes. When you start doing promiscuous things and displaying promiscuous behavior and doing, that type of shit, you a hoe. So let's just call it for what it is. We are what you call players. You dig what I'm saying? When we got a whole bunch of women on our coattail, they call us players. I see a young player. Look at you trying to be a player. Oh, you trying to play me? We're players. So don't get it confused. That's one that women always, men could be hoes too. No, we can't be hoes. We could be the hoe makers. If you get in back of that car and let 5 niggas run through your ass, guess what, baby girl? You a hoe. They not the hoe. You a hoe. They was the hoe maker. So niggas is players. Men are players, men are players. You did what I'm saying? Women, y'all could be the hoes. It's just the double standard of what it is, man. Y'all gotta accept shit for what it is. Stop trying to twist shit, bend shit when you want to use it for your favor, when you want to use it to your advantage, when you want to use it for your benefit. Nah, keep that shit for what it is. When it go against me, I'm rocking with it. When it go in my favor, I'm rocking with it, because that's how the motherfucking game was laid and slayed. You feel what I'm saying? So why I'm finna try to change it up? But one thing I do know, women, stop saying all that shit to make yourself feel good and boost your ego and shit like that, man. Women are hoes. Men are players. It just is what it is. Yeet. And if you know a double standard on the men's side or a double standard on the women's side, drop it low in the comment and let's talk about that shit. I'm out this bitch.
And when men opt out, when they choose peace, grind, and solitude over drama and entitlement, women panic and ask where all the good men went. The system collapses the moment men stop funding it.
Ladies, if you truly value yourself and value the relationship or situation that you was in, and y'all broke up or whatever, and you hop onto another dude to make yourself feel good, you are a hoe. Yes, it's definitely one of those videos. But if you're looking at this dress like it's cute, it's coming from J Lux. Let me show you the full body. So when you go back to your man or get you another man, you know what to wear on your first date. Sexy, but very classy days. But let's get to it. But all jokes aside, let's really be honest. If you really felt a way about the separation between the two and you hop onto another man, you're going to feel like, damn, I'm the biggest freaking slut if I really go forward with this. Now, your trifling ass homegirls who don't care about themselves, yeah, they'll say, oh, girl, get you another man. But look at their dating history. It's a reason why men are not taking them serious for real, for real. Next time you talk to your dad or anybody that you value that's a male, ask them, hey, do you think a woman is a hoe or a loose if she sleeps with a man right after a breakup? 10 times out of 10, he's going to say, yes, I look at that woman as a hoe, period. That's not to say you have to wait forever, but if y'all broke up on Monday and by Friday, Sunday, you already talking to another dude, that's crazy. At least give yourself 2 to 3 months, because you never know if y'all going to get back together or not.
This isn't hate. It's pattern recognition. It's men finally refusing deals where they carry all the risk, all the responsibility, and all the blame. Equality sounded great until men started applying it equally.
Men stopped playing by the rules, and now everyone's freaking out. Let's break down why silence has become the loudest move.